What if I told you the racket you choose can instantly change your power, control, and confidence on the pickleball court? Today we're diving into the best pickleball rackets to elevate every swing. Welcome to the channel, friends. All links are in the description. Grab yours and upgrade your game from the very first hit. The number 6 product on our list is WROSU Pickleball Racket. It's wild how one small upgrade can instantly make your whole game feel sharper, cleaner, and more controlled, and that's exactly the feeling this paddle delivers the moment it hits the ball. What grabbed my attention first was how confidence-boosting it is for new and seasoned players alike. People often struggle with consistency, mishits, wrist fatigue, or paddles that feel dull and unresponsive, and this setup solves all of that in one stroke. The carbon fiber face brings a crisp, direct feel that makes every contact feel intentional, almost like the paddle reads your movements and reacts with you. Compared to softer fiberglass beginner paddles, this one gives you more stability and accuracy without making things complicated. The grip is another win. Soft, ventilated, sweat-controlled, and shaped to keep your hand locked in without tension. Long sessions suddenly feel easier, and that sense of relief, less tired wrists, smoother rotations, better ball tracking hits immediately. The wider hitting zone is especially helpful for beginners, giving more forgiveness and fewer frustrating mishits, while the edge guard adds peace of mind during aggressive play. And honestly, getting a full carbon fiber set at this price feels like stepping into pro-level gear without the usual financial shock. The set alone makes it more versatile than many pricier single paddles. Now, if you're a spin-focused control player chasing textured carbon faces, you may eventually upgrade, but if you want a powerful, stable, value-packed paddle that supports improvement from day one, this one brings a level of reliability and ease that makes your game feel exciting again. It's number 5 is YVMOVE Pickleball Racket. It's rare for a racket to feel like a turning point in your game, but this one sparks that moment instantly. The first swing feels sharper, more controlled, and somehow more powerful without extra effort. Players usually struggle with inconsistent contact, vibration fatigue, or paddles that lose responsiveness too quickly. This design answers all of those frustrations with engineering that honestly feels a step above most options in this category. The aerospace-grade carbon fiber is the star here, giving that crisp, ultra-stable hit that makes every swing feel decisive. Compared to softer composite models, this one delivers more punch with less recoil, and that alone brings a sense of relief for anyone who's tired of sore wrists after long sessions. The thermo-formed unibody feel also stands out. Nothing buzzy, nothing flimsy, just a clean connection that makes your control feel intentional. And the expanded sweet spot helps turn near misses into confident returns, something beginners and advancing players will appreciate immediately. The shock dampening system adds a calmness to every hit, which makes aggressive play much more enjoyable. Now, it's definitely built for players who crave stability and power, not someone who prefers the ultra-soft touch of traditional honeycomb paddles, but if you want a racket that elevates both confidence and consistency, this one brings that pro-level energy without sacrificing comfort. It's sturdy, fast, reliable, and crafted to support growth, making it a smart, future-proof pick for anyone who wants their gear to feel as serious as their ambitions on the court. At number 4 is JOOLA Pickleball Racket. It's wild how one swing can make you rethink your entire game, but this racket delivers exactly that moment. You feel it the instant the ball leaves the surface. Cleaner, sharper, more explosive than what most players are used to. That's the biggest problem many face: equipment that doesn't keep up with growing skill. This design solves it by giving players a blend of power and precision normally reserved for advanced gear, yet still approachable for anyone ready to level up their play. The carbon construction creates a firmness that responds instantly to every motion, giving your offensive shots the authority they deserve. Compared to softer composite models, this racket fires back with more pop and noticeably less energy loss, bringing a sense of confidence to every rally. The optimized sweet spot makes off-center hits feel controlled instead of chaotic, which is a huge win for developing consistency. The overall handling mirrors pro-level standards, light enough to react fast at the net but solid enough to unload on drives without wobble or vibration. The grip also deserves praise for its steady, sweat-absorbing hold that lets longer matches feel calmer and more locked in. Now, the punch response may feel a bit intense for players who prefer a soft softer touch-based style, but for those who love controlled aggression, this is a massive upgrade. It's durable, performance-focused, and built with the intention of helping players rise into higher levels of play. If you're serious about improving and want a racket that actually elevates you instead of holding you back, this one brings that surge of momentum that makes every match feel more exciting and more within your control. The third one on our list is Selkirk Sport Pickleball Racket. It's amazing how one swing can instantly tell you whether a racket is built for casual fun or for real progress, and this one makes that difference unmistakable. So many players struggle with control in their early stages. Too much vibration, too little accuracy, and a sweet spot that never seems to show up when they need it. This design steps in with that quiet confidence that immediately calms your game and makes every rally feel more intentional. The graphite surface brings a crisp, responsive touch that gives developing players a noticeable boost in spin and placement, something cheaper models just can't mimic. Compared to heavier, bulkier rackets, this lightweight build feels like a breath of relief, helping you move faster at the net without losing stability. The honeycomb core softens impact beautifully, creating that smooth, predictable feel players need while building consistency. Even long sessions feel easier thanks to the cushioned grip, which keeps your hand locked in without fatigue or slipping. What stands out most is how forgiving the paddle feels during fast rallies. Off-center hits don't punish you the way traditional value paddles do, making it a smart stepping stone for anyone wanting to upgrade their skill set. On the downside, its lightweight nature may feel slightly less powerful for players chasing big drives, but the trade-off in control is absolutely worth it for beginners and rising intermediates. This racket brings a mix of comfort, control, and tournament-ready design that genuinely helps players grow with confidence. If you want something that supports your progress instead of holding you back, this one delivers that reassuring sense of, I'm improving every match. And that's exactly what makes it such a strong pick. On number 2 is MTEN Pickleball Racket. You don't expect a racket at this price to feel this solid, this controlled, this ready to compete, yet the first swing with this one tells a different story. So many players struggle with vibration and inconsistency when they're trying to improve, and that frustration slows their progress. This design steps in like a quiet upgrade, smoother impact, better accuracy, and a confidence boost that shows up immediately on the court. The fiberglass face brings impressive pop without ever feeling wild or unpredictable, making it a great stepping stone for anyone wanting a reliable feel while still enjoying powerful swings. Compared to stiff graphite models, this one delivers a softer, more controlled strike that feels incredibly friendly on the arm. The honeycomb core plays a big role here, absorbing shock and stabilizing each shot so mishits don't throw off your momentum. That alone brings a sense of relief for newer players building consistency. The grip is another standout. Cushioned, sweat-absorbent, and roomy enough for real wrist action when you want to add spin or adjust your angle mid-play. The wide racket face gives you a generous sweet spot that genuinely helps during fast exchanges at the net. In comparison with heavier competition-focused rackets, this one keeps things light and maneuverable, making longer sessions feel easier and more enjoyable. The only drawback is that highly aggressive players may desire a bit more weight behind their drives, but the balance of control and responsiveness makes it a smart choice for most. With the full set included, it removes the guesswork and gives players everything they need to start leveling up. If you're searching for a racket that feels approachable yet performance ready, this one delivers that satisfying mix of comfort, power, and steady improvement. Now moving to the last one is Niupipo Pickleball Racket. It's surprising how one swing can change the way you feel about your entire game, and that's exactly the impact this racket delivers from the first hit. So many players struggle with paddles that feel too heavy, too loud, or too stiff, and that frustration steals the joy from learning. This design steps in like a calm upgrade, bringing balance, comfort, and a sense of control that instantly feels reassuring. The fiberglass face gives it a lively pop that graphite models sometimes lack, making every strike feel energetic without losing precision. And compared to rackets with harder cores, this one uses a softer honeycomb interior that reduces noise and absorbs vibration, giving players a smoother, safer experience. Especially helpful for those who want less pressure on the elbow and shoulder. The wide body shape adds another layer of confidence, expanding the sweet spot so mishits don't ruin your rhythm during fast rallies. Grip comfort is a real standout here. The handle feels secure, cushioned and breathable, making longer matches noticeably easier on the hands. Some may prefer prefer a heavier paddle for maximum drive power, but for most players, especially those wanting a blend of speed, control, and playability, this weight range hits the perfect balance. What really elevates this set is the thoughtful bundle, a carry bag, balls, and a paddle durable enough to handle intense games without feeling fragile. It's a strong companion for anyone stepping into competitive play or refining foundational skills. If you're looking for a racket that supports your growth, feels forgiving, and still delivers genuine performance, this one offers that rare mix of comfort and capability that keeps you excited to pick up the paddle again. So guys, this wraps up our video on the best pickleball rackets you can buy right now. I've added all the product links in the description, so make sure to check them out and grab the one that fits your style and game perfectly. If this video helped you in any way, don't forget to hit that like button. It really motivates us to keep bringing you honest, helpful gear guides. And of course, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss our upcoming reviews, comparisons, and buying tips. Your support means everything. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you the next one.